Gospel of Comics, and also on the Deadman's Tome channel. So what is even going on here?
On my channel as well. So do you want to go ahead and give your intro? Do you want to finish that out, or can I interrupt you and do mine?
Yeah. So the Deadman's Tome podcast crew are also on Gospel of Comics, and we're also streaming on Deadman's Tome. Yeah, we're everywhere.
We're doubly live.
Streamception.
Yeah.
All right. So
God.
So we got about 30 seconds of Ayrton's guitar here. Wait a second here.
All right, we got some people in our chat.
Yep.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Gospel of Comics, or should I say, welcome back?
Oh man,
I am your host.
Play my theme music too.
Oh well,
sorry.
I am your host, The Church of Failure. With me, as always, is my co-host Ayrton McCartney, aka @Archer_91 with 2 A's, and our special guest this weekend. Motherfucker, I'm not done.
Oh, yeah, we'll just introduce ourselves. And I'm the other host, the real host with the most. I don't know about that. Mr. Deadman and Deadman's Tome podcast.
I'm going to go ahead and boot the dead man from the chat right
now. We have SK.
And I'm the host of Real Monsters.
Wait.
Becky, what do you host of, eh?
I'm not host of anything.
So you're the lucky one.
Because you've been on every other episode that we've talked about.
You might as well be here, Becky.
Well, anyway, now that this has already gone to hell in a handbasket, me and Ayrton McCartney with our special guest from the Deadman Tome podcast, Jesse, Becky, and SK, we're going to be looking at the final 2 chapters of Locke Key this evening, and possibly talking about the keys if we have enough time. So, should we get into it, or you guys have any other banter you want to go ahead and get out of the way before we start? We could drink some more. We could completely derail the episode. How you want to handle this?
The only thing I want to announce is $5 shots. If you donate $5 to the Deadman's Tome podcast, I will take double shots. So, who is going to get totally messed up? Could be me.
Listen to that deal.
You have to donate $5. You have to donate $5 to Jesse, and then leave his chat and come into mine. That's how it works.
Make sure you like.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to like and sub to my channel before you'll take the shot.
Yeah. Like both streams, please. Becky, if you could put in the link to both streams in both chats, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I just did that.
I'll go ahead and get the images up while we do this. So.
See, now I don't know what stream to pay attention to.
What? What just happened to you?
Ours is kind of like the
don't cross the streams.
Don't cross them. You know, I just got done watching the newest. What is it? Ghostbusters with my kid.
Oh, the lesbian one.
The girl one?
And you're still alive?
I am.
You didn't shoot yourself afterwards?
I didn't. No.
Huh.
Oh, no wonder you started drinking early.
Oh no. I started drinking early because it's Friday and I was off of work.
Oh, man. Well, there's that.
Anyway, I'll go ahead and get this stuff pulled up here. Anybody want to kind of give an introduction into what we're doing?
We're talking about comics, guys. We're talking about Locke Key, which is a great comic. If you haven't read it, go ahead and read it. It's great.
Go and read it.
Yeah.
There are links down in the description.
It's amazing.
There are links down in the description. What did you guys think of the last 2 volumes?
fast. It just kind of like, I don't know, it's just rapid pace, but it was good.
Yeah,
the momentum just kicks up.
Right. It
did.
I feel like it was appropriate for the end of the series. So.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
Who wants to start off? Who wants to talk about what? SK, since you've obviously not read the comic, do you want to start off?
Yeah, I thought when the dragon burned the city, I thought that was really unexpected.
Really? I think you're reading the wrong story.
Oh.
Although let's actually talk about that for a minute. Since Game of Thrones finished up last week.
Don't tell us about your mushroom trip. Okay.
Since Game of Thrones finished up last week, who all in the call actually saw that trash fire?
It was easy to watch. There's only 6 episodes, so.
Yeah, you apparently watched it, Jesse.
Since when is 6 episodes a season?
Since 2019, apparently. Since since hugging a fan is sexual harassment.
It's in that alone, 6 episodes to end off the whole series. That's a flat out middle finger to all the fans.
Right.
That alone should be insulting. That's
right.
all it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, the first season had 10, 12 episodes.
I believe it was 13 all the way up until the end.
Well, look at that.
So I'm going to look something up here because I started rewatching a little show you might have heard of called no,
I've never heard.
I can't even remember the name.
Haven't seen that one either, man.
The truth is out there, man.
No, never heard of it. What's it about?
And I swear to God, and I'm just gonna verify, but I am pretty damn sure that the first season of X-Files had something on the order of 26 episodes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, there were an assload of episodes in the old X-Files.
I'm sorry, it's only 24.
Oh, only 24.
Only
but
24.
Still a lot.
Yeah.
Only 24 episodes of the first season. And those were an hour long. Well, I mean, with commercials, 45 minutes. But still, come on.
All right, well, as to not completely derail the entire show so that we can finally get through the saga that has been Locke Key, I'm going to go ahead and pour another drink while I get into this, and hopefully somebody will help me pick it up. Becky, I think you read this, right? Come on, jump in here.
Yes, I did.
We open up with the.
I'm just horrible at summing stuff up.
Oh yeah, well we open up with the Locke ancestors, the past. It's a little bit of a flashback that gives you a history of where everything's taking place under the key house and under the flooded cave that the kids have gone into in the previous books. And we see the ancestors of the Locke family basically fighting to close this demon door. And you see somebody that's crazed and basically infected with one of these demons like Dodge's, murdering off a bunch of people. So that kind of sets the tone of what we're dealing with here. This is how messed up these creatures are. I mean, we've seen a little bit of them so far, but this is basically the first time we get an actual origin of these creatures. And this is where the scary really kicks into fucking high gear, I think. It speeds up, but the fucking suspense and the terror aspect kind of raise here. I mean, there's no hold bars. It's all blood, guts, and gore from here on out. People are going to die, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And it finally kind of touches on what gives these keys their power.
Right. It tells you that. Yeah. Go ahead. Explain that if you don't mind.
Yeah. So the demon creature things, if they can lock eyes with somebody, they'll get sucked into your soul. but if they come through the portal and aren't able to latch onto somebody, they just turn into like a metal. And
Right.
That's what is used to make the keys.
The locks and the keys.
Yes.
That's very important, and I'm gonna actually bring that up here in a second. But it's the locks and the keys that they make, and there's nothing you can do to detach the demons as of right now. There's nothing you can actually do to.
There's probably a YouTube video on how to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
you know,
I found a WikiHow article.
Well, you know, you can't trust those. They're all written by, you know, BuzzFeed and whatnot. Ian Miles Chong has to approve them all.
The Turbo Feminist says one, huh?
Oh yeah. But you know, we see the demon lock that was created from the metal of one of those monsters, and we see essentially the idea spawning in the head of one of the Locke ancestors, and then there's a goat holding a hat, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what happens to the goat though. The goat. Oh man.
Do I need to pull that up? Is that a thing?
You need to pull that up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That expression alone, man. The goat freaks out when. There's also when it seems to be very more like the Lovecraftian influence. The Lovecraft influence kind of come in.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at that monster. Just look at the way he looks. He looks like some sort of like crazy. I don't know.
Goat puppy?
No, not the goat puppy. The thing behind it. The thing behind it is a huge monster thing that looks like
It looked like Giger.
door.
It looked like Giger style, right? Put it back up.
Well,
Put it back up.
yeah, it's up there.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, if you'll notice, all these demons, if you really pay attention to it, look at the keyhole on the lock they fashioned from the demon metal, and look at the eye of the demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even though that's the Omega key, is that not what a typical keyhole looks like?
Yeah.
And then you
know what? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
The eye of the demon actually looks like a keyhole off the face value. So I mean, that's just one of those artistic touches that I like to point out. But we see that this flashback is all the effect of a key, and we have Mackenzie and what's the older kid's name?
Bodhi? No. Bodhi's
No.
the young one.
Bodhi is the young one.
Bodhi's the young one.
Come on, guys. Come on. You're all failing me right now.
I'm horrible with character names, so let me pull up my cheat sheet. Randall? No, Randall's the dad.
Randall's the father.
Yeah, Randall's dad.
What's his Tyler?
Tyler.
Tyler.
Ding, ding,
Right.
ding, ding, ding. Finally. You know, the author finally comes up with character names. But no, this is all the effect of a key that Mackenzie and Tyler are using, and they're just kind of going back to the origins of the locks and the keys, and they're seeing why the Omega key is significant. And they find out that the Omega key is used to hold the lock on the door that holds the demons back, and that's why Dodge has been on this, path to kind of open up this door and has wanted the Omega key from the very beginning.
Yeah. Because whatever's on the other side got in contact with him and got into his body, right?
Right.
That's what I got.
Right. Yeah. Dodge's, even a piece of Dodge's soul that was held up after he was fractured from a shard of his memory, because in the flashback we see that Dodge has only been a fragment of himself, but that demon has held on to even that fragment. They couldn't even restore him to his previous form from a fragment of his memories.
Oh, they couldn't. They couldn't. I don't want to spoil it away, but we'll get to that later on.
Yeah,
yes.
we'll get there. I'm just trying to. There we go. Oh no! Damn it! Stop.
Boomering it up.
Yep, definitely. Why is it still going? Stop turning pages.
I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Everything's the worst. Stop it.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Things happen. Mistakes happen.
All right, we're just gonna close this. We're just gonna close this. Stop. Will you stop?
Well, while he's trying to figure that out, Jesse, do we want to start our rating hookers segment we had talked about?
We're not gonna
Yes,
rate hookers.
So we decided we're going to start a segment called Rating Hookers. Okay, let me tell you. If you're looking for a fine a fine deal for $5,
No.
Oh my God.
Gentlemen,
Go to the-
and Ayrton, no.
Scottish Inn in Alvin, Texas.
All right. Chapter 2 of this volume. We open up with a couple of cover images. We see the rage and the sadness, or the tears, from Mackenzie's head on the main cover, and then you see the intro is the clock key, which I assume is what they're using to go back in time. So that's where we open up.
On first glance, just me, but on first glance, does that look like something else? Like, I know it's like she's straddling her, but it totally looks like she has a
left-hand image there.
Yeah.
You're talking about it looks like a joint.
Sure, we'll go with joint, not a joint,
Yeah.
not a joint, not a joint.
Yeah. No, that's not what he was saying.
What was he
That's
saying?
up to chat decide.
We're not
It
letting the
looks like
chat
a
decide
strap-on
anything.
or something. Looks like.
That's a pointy looking strap on. Jeez. What are you getting
Where
up
have
to?
you been looking at him?
I
Anyway.
don't know. It's first glance. First glance, I was like, man, what is going on here?
Chapter 2 opens up with Bodhi, who has been possessed by Dodge after Dodge was brutally killed by Mackenzie. And
Yeah,
Bodhi just straight up murders a kid at his school. Pushes him in front of a school bus, House of Cards style. Some real Frank Underwood shit right here.
Well, that'll go in your permanent record.
No, nobody saw him
good
do it
shot.
apparently, and he played it off
Right.
so perfectly. Check him out crying in the principal teacher person's arms here. I mean, is it not perfect? Nobody really.
How did nobody see that? How did nobody see that? It's
Well, look in the
bus-
panels.
bus
Nobody's
blockade.
there.
Wow.
Yeah,
the bus driver didn't even notice. Apparently,
right. And if you
Apparently
actually
didn't
look in
pay
the
attention.
if you look in the panel, the bus driver's actually looking off to his left.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, and the kites the kites flying in front of the bus. Like, who the fuck flies a kite at a bus stop? Let's just ask that question real
Right.
quick.
I mean, you don't.
Well, apparently this
Someone
kid
who's
did,
asking
and
you
it
to
got him
run off the
murdered.
Bus.
I better rethink my life choices then.
Well, I mean, you need to wear a helmet more often, but we're not going there.
I do when I'm on my motorcycle.
I mean, probably because it's only legal in your state.
No, I can ride with that one. But, you don't want to mess up, the moneymaker getting in a crash.
Well, you wear a helmet on your penis as well?
I might. What's it to you?
What is he, a porn star now?
Wait, he
Don't
wasn't
worry about
before?
it, Jesse.
Because
Anyway.
normally it takes money from you. It doesn't make money.
In my personal opinion of this volume, this is one of the most beautiful shots of the entire book. Just the shot of
so
Mackenzie.
agree.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, the
I would
Mackenzie
agree
doing
with
the winged backflip.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really good art. That's really nice art.
Right, and as a full
It's had
page,
beautiful art all the way through it, though. I mean, to be honest,
it
But
has.
You're right. That is beautiful.
Well, I mean, it does. It's not necessary, and that's one thing that I look for, because a lot of times unnecessary pages and panels are a negative in a book. But when you just get a nondescript full page spread like this sets two pieces together. This tells you that Mackenzie has found the wing key and that she is actively utilizing it and has become comfortable with it. So this sets the stage for her to use it again in the next book and a half. But it also is
What's a winky? What's a winky?
A wing key.
The Teletubbies. Oh.
No. I mispronounced the yellow sponge delightful treat with the cream in the middle.
Twinkie.
You know, the thing you wear a helmet on when you ride your motorcycle.
Oh my god.
But
you know what? If you have training wheels on your motorcycle, you don't need a helmet.
I mean, no joke there.
Look at that.
No joke there.
Yeah, no. Just no.
Just to address Gulf City Cult of Krill in the chat here, volumes. Comic books are typically collected in trade volumes of between 5 and 7 issues. If they're an ongoing series, which, like you said, you're not that much into comics, but you can pick up 5 to 7 issues collected as one bound edition, and that's what we call a volume of a storyline. If it has a finite end, like The Boys or this or Irredeemable, then they just have volumes like 1 through whatever, where there's 6 volumes of this story, then there's an auxiliary volume and a few add-on books, but you can pick up 6 books and collect all of this story without having to track down every one of the single issues. There are links below in the description where you can actually check out volume 5 and 6 that we're covering right now.
Cool.
So, sorry about that, guys. I like to address the chat.
Oh, good information.
Anybody kind of
I'm learning something.
Anybody kind of want to go from here where Bodhi picks up the glass bottle and releases Mackenzie's feelings?
Oh yeah, this part's pretty crazy. Oh yeah, she jarred up her feelings like I think 2 issues ago or something.
No, 2 volumes ago, something like that. Yeah,
two volumes ago. Sorry.
They found a key that would open their head, and they could remove whatever they didn't want in there. And so she removed some of her emotions, like fear. Sadness.
Well,
is that how Jesse does it?
She pulled out her rage and her instinct to cry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Not necessarily her sadness, but it implies that it's her sadness and her instinct to cry.
Right.
But
can I do that?
I mean, as soon as we get a head key, Becky, but we're going to take more than that.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I'm gonna put in the ability to say poem though.
I'll take it right back out. Don't worry.
You can't take that one out. Not at all.
No, that's too distinctive.
All right, so this issue is really just kind of this is probably the slowest issue of this volume, but we get a little back and forth.
The weirdest.
Yeah, we get a little back and forth between the emotions that have escaped. It doesn't really amount to anything. Like I said, out of all of them, I feel like this is more of a filler issue than anything. But
yeah, I can see that.
You get the anxiousness that's going on inside of Tyler's head. You see him kind of combating the evils that he sees, and
fantasizing about his teacher punishing him in some lingerie.
See, is that his teacher or is that the girlfriend?
That's the part. That's the part Jesse remembers. I thought it was a teacher because she's holding a ruler and has glasses on.
It was a teacher. It was a teacher, right?
It was a teacher.
I thought it was a teacher.
I'll pull it right now. It even says, your homework is late again, Mr. Locke.
Oh, we haven't
haven't
gotten there yet. I thought you were. Okay, never mind.
Oh well, we're to that. I mean, it's just like
The
it's
one
just like
part Jesse remembers.
it's like 2 pages
Right.
away. But yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
He's way ahead of everybody.
We are there now.
Well, we haven't quite gotten there yet, but I'm going to go ahead and switch the pages because after the funeral of the kid that Bodhi / Dodge pushed in front of the bus, we have a very interesting scene of Tyler basically losing his shit.
Yeah. I mean, he has a point. The house tends to kill a lot of people.
Right, but you know, one thing
starts-
that we know, having read these books, is that you can't burn these locks. Fire doesn't kill them. Fire doesn't stop them.
Yeah.
The only thing that can keep these locks under wrap are keys. And outgrowing the knowledge of the keys.
So he goes to set fire to everything.
And they hid them.
Yeah. But we find out that the Omega Key is hidden in Tyler's head, which means that he didn't lie to Dodge when Dodge was looking for it. Unfortunately, he doesn't realize that Dodge is in Bodhi's body, so Bodhi is the one that discovers he's holding on to the key when they open up his head after he tries to burn the house down. Anybody?
That's pretty cool.
Anybody?
And then, I was gonna say, and then we have an actually fairly touching scene where Mackenzie comes to grips that her emotions are a good thing, and decides to put them back in, and cries for the first time in a volume and a half.
A volume or two, yeah. But we also get this amazing shot of her crying her eyes out in her brother's arms, and her brother being the rock for the family, but Dodge in Bodhi's body looking like something out of The Shining, holding the Omega Key.
Pretty twisted.
And this kind of harkens back to the amazing artwork of the series. So much is conveyed in that one panel.
Yeah.
I mean, just the character progression from the punk rock girl who was, so scared of showing her feelings, and the character progression of the kid that was just like, fuck everything, I don't want to be a part of any of this. And also the fact that Bodhi no longer is in possession of his own body, and his soul is MIA, and Dodge possessed him.
Yep.
It's all conveyed in that one panel, and you know exactly where this series is going.
He's an evil-looking little shit.
You end up
talking about him, or are you talking about me?
Yes.
It's kind of weird seeing people fishing around in skulls, though.
Oh yeah, this
With their
true.
hands.
It is.
Oh, we've been dealing with this since the first volume. You gotta read the whole series. Then. After the after
you really
the stream,
do, SK. You'll love it.
Yeah, after the stream, I'll send you the link so you can buy all these volumes off of the IDW website. You got to read this, yeah.
Well, thankfully, there's a lot of pictures.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And
do you want me to read it to you again?
Wait, that was an option from the beginning?
I don't trust that you're telling me all the right words.
Hey, do they have
just because I don't pronounce them right doesn't mean anything.
I didn't know if that was a service. Becky, you could read to us?
Yeah.
Man, I'm doing all wrong.
Well, that pretty much ends up the issue. They check on the uncle who got knocked the fuck out by Tyler with the gas can, and they find the time key, and we finally reach the current point, which is why I say that this entire issue has basically been filler, because we're literally jumping back in time to catch up with the present. But the next cover is Bodhi standing in front of this broken grandfather clock they found the time key in, and seeing Dodge's reflection holding the Omega Key, but their eyes are the same color. So,
and
I love that shot. I don't know why, but that is creepy as shit.
Yeah,
which makes me wonder, like in other scenes, I don't think I noticed. Like, are his reflections in the mirror like Is it does it like that where you
No,
see
no,
dodge or okay?
no,
Okay,
not at
because
all.
that'd be trippy.
That's just
right.
that's just a cover aesthetic, I think.
All right.
That overhead shot is very well executed.
I love it. I love it. I would frame that.
Well executed, like they framed the shot and like took a picture of the cartoon characters.
No, I mean the framing and composition is what I mean.
The artistic talent needed to think up that shot and then render it is what he was speaking on.
Yes.
Just like when you come up with some chords that you didn't just knock off of somebody.
Are you sure that's happened?
Of somebody.
Well, apparently not. But some of this artwork isn't like biting on anyone else, and I appreciate that. But
we should shout out Gabriel Rodriguez for the amazing artwork in this,
and Joe Hill for his amazing scripting of how to position the shots, because that's a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the
creative.
creative,
right? So is it scripted like a movie?
Kind of. Would you like to take a time out and kind of look at that, since SK is kind of new to the comic book world?
I'd love that.
All right, we'll take a pause here.
I want to see how these are scripted. That would be cool.
I'll pull something else up. While I do that, I'm going to leave these 2 pages up. Actually, do you guys kind of want to talk on this while I go ahead and get an example pulled up in the background?
Sure.
Okay.
We can do that.
I mean, we open up in volume 3 with another flashback, and go.
Yeah, so it's going back to the the play, which isn't really a play. I mean, so all the people in the play, all the actors they're all the, I guess, the former key holders.
Right, the last generation, parents, so to speak.
Yeah. And then so, of course, then they're tinkering around with the clock, or the grandfather clock, with the key that's going to let them go back in time. But they're trying to figure out how to work it. But they can't go back in time as far as they want to. Like, they want to go back, before their dad died and all that. But it's like, oh wait, they want to go back even further, but they can't.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they make a joke about the Y2K and all
origin.
that. Yeah, the origin story. That's right. And of course, they make jokes about Y2K. Oh, looks like this clock doesn't have the Y2K bug fix. It's like, okay. Okay.
An analog clock?
Yeah. Yeah. So that was fun for a little while. But they find out that there's dates already written. Like, someone's been using this clock before. We kind of know who, or at least we get a better idea as the more you read into it. But the cover kind of gives it away of who's been kind of messing with it. Think about it.
Yeah.
They go back in time, and they see hanging.
Let me go ahead and change the pages, since I'm still trying to find that shot for the background images, or the scripting images rather.
Yeah, pull up a page of the shot of the play.
I know what I'm looking for.
Hey,
pull up a shot of the what?
The play.
Okay.
So while you guys are futzing with that, here's a little bit of trivia. There's the grandfather clock in these scenes.
Yeah.
Did you know there's also grandmother clocks?
Really?
It really is.
What?
That's really a thing.
Huh.
How does that work?
Do they only work like 77% of the time?
No, they feed you a snack every time you come into the room.
Oh,
okay.
I need one of these.
They're like grandfather clocks, only they're like half the size.
Interesting.
Boy.
No kidding. I actually have one that I inherited from my grandmother, and that's not why I called it.
From a grandmother, not your grandmother necessarily.
Not my grandmother. No, it was from my ex's side of the family.
He still gets gifts from his ex's side. That's amazing.
I pulled up the hanging image, by the way.
Yeah. So Tyler's dad is seeing his dad get hung.
Mhm.
Is that? I mean, that's what's
No.
happening. No, is that what's happening here?
No, Massachusetts Bay, 1775. So
Okay, what to say? Because how far back is
It's
it?
just their ancestors.
Yeah, just their ancestors. Okay.
So it's the parents of Locke we saw in that opening flashback being hung by the British during the Revolutionary War for being traitors and helping the revolution.
Right.
Yeah.
Leave it to Ayrton. Like, literally, out of any of us, I think he likes these books more than the rest. Like, out of anything
Okay.
we've read, he's been more enthusiastic about this and adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters than anything else.
Hey, and I have the hard copy in front of me that I'm flipping through as we're going through it.
Well, there you go.
See, I'll do like the Rush Limbaugh.
I've got
like
the
that.
hard liquor in front of me that I'm drinking through as we go through. What are you trying to say?
Oh, and by the way, guys, just remind $5 shots. Just reminding. Not to be a DST whore over here, but I got shots lined up. I might as well just take one now. Fuck.
You should.
I think you
Cheers.
should.
You
Cheers,
might as
Jesse.
well.
I'll
Might
wait
as
before
well.
you do, Jesse. Let me pull up the full page shot here. I'm gonna pull up the play shot and let Becky and Ayrton talk about this for a second, while you and I take these shots and cheers one another to our drunken oblivion after the show. There we go.
Yes.
There's
How
the
much shots does it
flashback
take
to
first?
the play. Cheers, sir.
All right,
And
Becky,
lady.
take this
Cheers.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
one.
That
Why
is
not?
a hell of a picture.
It's actually the play and all their
Yeah.
ancestors and
So
whatever.
SK, they've shown like little flashbacks to like a play that the kid's dad was in back in high school, and now over time,
Bullshit! That's no high school play.
That is
Hold
a
on.
high school play with
a
the
minute.
keys.
hold on.
With the keys.
Yeah, so as we've learned what each different key does, we can see that they're using the key magic to make this play like something outrageously good. So
I mean, this is like a Hollywood production. Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah.
They're using real life special effects, so to speak.
Yeah. So you can
Right.
see the one chick has the wing key, the shadow key. There's a key that makes you, the one that makes you grow, one that makes you turn old. So
Makes
you
you
can
grow.
see just in this one.
Well, it makes you a Goliath, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you a Goliath.
The one that makes you old.
So it's a nice payoff.
One that
through
makes
following
you
the
an
whole
expert
story.
set construction supervisor.
Oh no, that was just already in the high school.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they're using this to go back in time and kind of get the backstory on Dodge and what happened to their parents and the previous key people. So that's why we
Cool.
have that particular shot.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So
Beautiful art.
We get the backstory, and it, like, right here. I'll bring this up as well. I have to be careful about how many pages I show per book because of copyright. You can usually get away with about 6 to 9, but right here you see they're putting
69.
That's correct. But you see right here that
I
there's
was
a
slow on the
list
draw
of,
on that one.
I hate all. You know what, everybody? I appreciate everybody coming out from the Deadman Tone podcast and everyone that loves Ayrton. I'm going to kick everyone off and just solo the show from here on out because talking to myself, I'll get more accomplished.
Just laugh.
Oh, come on. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
but that encourages me, Becky. Come on.
But anyway, we see inside the clock there's some dates carved in where
Yeah.
the previous key holders have let you know when certain keys got used and the significance of their creation and all that good stuff. So that's how they're traveling to these dates. They're not just guessing and jumping back. So that kind of gives you a reasonable out, so to speak, of when these people were doing this stuff. So
Yeah.
Where are we at?
I mean, you gotta
This long key.
kind of hope they were telling the truth when they put their notes down.
Well, I mean, they
Yeah,
could
I know,
totally,
right?
yeah, they could totally send you into a fucked up place where you would just die.
This is true. Some Doctor Who shit going on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'll pull that up, and we'll pull this up as
1776 will commence again.
1488 will commence again.
Oh God.
We need to not take the DMT because that'll bring in the clock.
That'll bring in the lizard people. All right, there's the last couple of shots from this issue.
We are the resistance.
This is the finale where the rose petals have been showered all over the stage after the play, and the kids meet up after the fact, and this is the original crew. Now, multiple of these people are dead. The lady standing beside Dodge is the grown-up track coach. The blonde is dead. The Asian is dead. The black girl has her memory wiped. The Locke father is dead, and obviously Dodge is in Bodhi's body. So that's pretty much the gist of everything that happened to these people. Does anybody want to comment?
Can we just point out that
I just want
to point out that the black person lived?
Yeah. The a black guy doesn't die in this horror movie.
What?
No.
Right. She doesn't know anything, but she's alive.
Well,
That's racist, Becky.
She knows Randall.
Shut up.
She knows Randall, and that's important.
What?
Oh,
she knows a white man?
That's
What?
correct.
The only thing she knows is about a white man. Oh, that's racist.
Yes, that's racist. Which is a fantastic rapper, by the way. But that'll take us
That's
into.
amazing.
Yeah, right. All right.
Oh Lord.
I apologize to all the Deadman's Tome viewers that are used to a quality production show. That is not what we offer here at the Gospel of Comics.
I think they're having a blast. Let me check the chat. I've been keeping an eye on
They
you guys.
are.
There's
They enjoy
there's the
our crap jokes. The
They
schlongy.
decided that they want to have a Hooter key, death by
A
breath
Hooter key.
suffocation.
Yeah.
wait. So you can extend your penis?
Was one of the.
I'm
What?
sorry.
Huh?
I said a key so you can extend your penis. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Okay.
grow your tits.
Or
Ooh.
die.
Not that I need it.
Death by
But,
tit.
you know.
Wait, what if you did both? So
One
you
of
could
which
have
was
like
one of the
massive.
top-
What if you did both? So you could have like massive knockers and a giant schlong.
Both?
Yes.
You'd never leave the house.
You act like I leave the
Never
house
leave
now.
Okay, now we know why.
Well, let's talk about the parallels between the two covers here. Here we have a cover where Dodge is the one outside of the clock, and Bodhi is the one inside of it holding the Omega key. And the glass isn't broken in this shot. So let's just take a second to just appreciate the parallels in those two covers and just the nuance in that particular style. Because I don't know if you notice or not, but the numbers aren't backwards on that clock. So we're not seeing a reversed image. So this isn't a mirror image. This is... They've
Straight
switched.
shot.
Right, they've switched.
Right.
This is
They did.
This is very Talisman-esque. If I can harken back to Stephen King's writing. Did any of you read The Talisman or The Black House?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ayrton.
It's been ages though.
The Talisman is a story where somebody in our world can drink a silver mercury potion and basically travel into a parallel universe that is about 1/4 of the size, but they have like clones and doppelgangers in the other side. And the people that don't are the only ones that can really travel to the other side. So,
Okay.
there are people that go over there to do nefarious things, and they bring people back with them and all kind of shit. But this is a traversing dimensions, switching places kind of theme that I picked up from that. I don't know about anybody else, but
Mike got that to some degree. I mean,
Sure you did. Now that he mentioned
I mean,
it.
yeah. Now that you mentioned it,
Yeah,
because
just
a lot of
like,
what
oh
happens
yeah,
here-
totally.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
That's totally what I was thinking.
don't
But this-
ever construe something I said as sounding smart. You'll end up looking like a dumbass.
Oh, shit. What just happened? This chapter is actually very helpful. It explains a lot of what happened to the prior key holders.
Right.
They wouldn't be the first generation, would they?
No, absolutely
Because-
not. The first generation were the ones that we saw when they made the door for the Omega Key.
Yeah. At 1776 time.
We'll commence again. Yeah, the Alex Jones Lizard People time. And this kind of gives you an
They had
insight
these
to
magic
that.
keys. They had these magic keys. They could have. Oh man, can you
Like
can you
you-
imagine?
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine how easy it would
Flying
be to
around
get
with a
laid when you give the hot blonde with massive knockers at school the key that can give her wings? Yeah, I can imagine how easy it would be to get laid.
Yeah.
And why Randall had the shadow key so that he could Bill Cosby a bunch of bitches and just have the shadow drag them off to the furnace? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Notice that he's wearing the crown of
You know,
shadows
I don't
right now.
know the story, but I gotta guess that once the chick got her wings, she wasn't giving it up anymore. Am I right or am
no.
I right?
I mean,
No,
he's
she
wearing the
wasn't.
shadow.
She wasn't.
He's wearing the shadow crown.
Because that's how chicks are.
Nah, man, straight up. Once he got the shadow crown, it didn't matter if she had wings. I mean, he could still drag her back to the furnace. He was getting after it whenever he could. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yep.
Because
give her the old
the
hot
shadow
Cosby.
crown gives you control of every shadow in the vicinity. SK. Since you're actually interested and not a complete asshole like the rest of these guys.
I'm not even sure who he's talking to at this point.
SK. I'm talking to SK, you know, the
What?
only guy that's actually interested in the story. The shadow
I'm interested.
the shadow crown gives you complete control over all of the shadows in the general vicinity. So you can steal somebody's shadow and have it beat the shit out of them.
Well,
Mhm.
damn.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
So which key would you take if you had to take one of them?
Me?
If you could only use one, which one would you take?
I'd totally take the head key. Yeah, I'm just gonna steal like $76,000 from your mattress, and then I'm gonna reach into your head and make you forget that I did it.
Uh-huh. Wait, how did you know I stuffed my money in my mattress?
Oh, well, I mean, I saw it in your
Isn't
head.
that what all
the-
Southern people do?
Listen to you.
I mean, have we not already established that I could kind of look into your head?
Chat. Damn it.
But here we see Randall's little brother being dragged out.
You're
by-
coming through a little low there, Church.
Look, fuck you.
A little
okay?
low.
Okay, you know what?
Quite low.
Is that better?
Yes, that is better.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to kick all of you so that I'm the only one coming through, and then when everybody adjusts their volumes, they only hear me.
Now you sound really good there. When you get pissed off at everybody, you really come through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
doing a good job. Let's watch more.
Just say cool beans every like 15 minutes.
You know what? Go
Oh,
fuck
dude.
your cool
God.
beans.
Cool beans.
Fuck your cool
You're gonna
beans
get
and your
fired
radically.
again.
Well, he's been fired for 20 minutes. I just haven't said it on air.
Had an actual surfer dude on the show on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I thought
Really?
you were gonna say we had an actual gay guy on the show on Wednesday.
There.
He was cool.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He was a good guest to have on, but he was absolutely a San Diego surfer.
Mm-hmm.
He's larger
Sounds
than
exhausting.
No, I mean that's pretty much all you can ask for.
God,
Right?
he had so much energy. It was.
But how were his abs?
It was.
You could kick
Did you ask about his abs?
his abs.
Yeah.
I
Did
did
he-
not.
You know,
No.
it's
What the
not
fuck are you
something
doing?
I ever thought about asking a guy about.
Yes, but he was a surfer.
He was
so
afraid
he's
of
got to
sharks,
have.
though.
But he's got to have abs, right? If he's a surfer, all surfers have abs.
Yeah.
Presumably,
Right,
yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering what kind of pack
And
he
long
had.
blonde hair.
Was it 6-pack? Was it 8-pack? Was it 18-pack? I mean, what was he working with? Did he have the whole keg?
See, now we know who's the gay person.
He had no pecs, just abs all the way up to his chest.
Right, all the way up to the
Up to
bottom
his
of his
neck,
neck. He had like 36,000 abs. Front and back abs. He
Could
could
have
do a
been.
crunch
Could have
forward and backwards. But
I got
Li-
back
like-
abs.
like Jesse said, this is a decent issue to kind of give you a backstory on what happened to the younger kids. This volume, in and of itself, now that I look back on it, because I read it 3 weeks ago when the initial episode was planned to air. Jesse,
Hey, I think that was like Mother's Day or so. Oh, I don't know. There's always an excuse.
There
Something
is.
happens.
there
It
is. I'm
There's
not.
an excuse.
It's work. And
Yeah,
family.
you actually
Work
were
and
out of
family.
town at the time, and then we did the discussion, and then it was Mother's Day. But whatever. I don't hold it against you. But like I said, this gives
That's
you
not what
a.
you said earlier.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
you
not.
said you wanted to hold him against you.
That's what
Oh
she
shit,
said.
man! See, this is why. Okay, church. It's okay, man. You can come out of the closet. All right.
I'm not
It's
in the
okay.
closet. I'm the whole building.
Okay, even better.
But anyway, here's the coup de grace that I'm about to bring up on screen here. So we'll
Coup
pick
de-
it up, and this is pretty much where the action jumps off for these two volumes, and the rest of it's going to go kind of like
All right.
DeLorean speeds do, because you had the flashback of the regular key opening the lock so that they could use it as a storage facility. But if you use the Omega key on this door, it opens the door to the Hell dimension, where the demons and the Lovecraftian keyhole fuckers come out.
Yeah.
And this is where they got a hold of Dodge. And Randall knew to keep his eyes shut. And his brother didn't quite make eye contact with one of the demons in this shot. But this shot is probably second to the wing shot on fantastic artwork. Because you see the portal to the other dimension, and you see the creatures behind Dodge. And you see Randall, like, defensively covering his eyes with his forearm while Dodge is possessed with those yellow eyes. And it's just... it's terrifying and it's amazing at the same time. Like, you can't look away, but it scares you at the core of your soul.
Yeah, and they're about to go through the time gate.
No,
The
they're not.
Stargate.
The Stargate's about to come get them, and that's what's terrifying about it.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, like whatever's on the other side of the Stargate's going to come out and get you. But it can only come out if it looks into your eyes. So,
You have to look into.
but that's how
Yeah.
Dodge.
Look into my eyes.
What if
That's
does
how.
it help if
What
you
happens-
don't have a soul?
Well, I mean,
Probably.
yeah.
Whoa, wait. Maybe it doesn't, because we all know goats don't have souls. goats
Right.
don't have any
And-
soul.
Right.
So
Of course they
if-
do. They have
No, they
little
do
baby
not.
goat souls.
Sheep have souls, but
Come on.
not goats.
I thought goats went to heaven. What the hell? Are you telling me that's all fake?
All goats go to heaven.
Look,
But-
goats are sacrificed for Satan. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not sure why that is.
Goats are bad. Okay. Goats, if you carry them to the edge of a bridge, they'll back up on their own. Okay.
Oh my God.
Goat
Y'all are
eyes.
not fucking the goat.
You ever look?
You're
goat
lost.
eyes.
Okay.
You know what's interesting about goats, actually?
Yeah,
did
they
you know-
back
Oh,
up on
God.
their own. That's what's interesting.
Well, no, there's something even more interesting. You know, the first
Even more
condoms
interesting.
were made out of goat intestines by the
Yes.
Muslims in like the 3rd century. And then the British came by and improved the design by removing the intestine from the goat first.
Oh, fantastic. That seems like a perfect
Oh
segue.
my
Aaron.
God.
That seems like a perfect
that's
segue, Ayrton. I'm gonna move into SK's earlier question and talk about the scripting of a comic book now.
Perfect.
While I fire you for the second time this episode,
Yay!
SK,
How many times can you fire him?
we're going
One
for a
more.
record
I think
this
the-
episode.
Yeah, I think the record's 3.
Yeah, so far we're going for
Oh,
6
wait.
tonight. But SK, you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well,
I'm
if you check the screen right now, you'll see what a typical comic script looks like. It shows by panel, and then by character what they should be saying and how they should be interacting. And this is how they script a comic book. I'll go ahead and
Yeah, this is cool.
right. So
Pretty cool.
I mean, they do it by page, by panel, by character, and that's kind of the breakdown. But that's just some writers. I mean, everybody has their own idea, but this is how a typical comic book script would look.
I'm sure there's some, it's reasonably standardized so that people can work with each other.
Well, no, you find an artist that works well with your writing or vice versa, and you go from there. Like, you develop the system that works for you. Everybody's different. There's no system that works for every 2 people, but every comic book is a 2 to 4 people endeavor at least. And that's without editors.
Well,
and publishers.
every film is a 200 to 300 person endeavor, and they have a standardized script.
I've sat through so many credits. It's 2,000 to 3,000 nowadays, son.
Yeah. Right.
But a comic
Yeah.
book, when you think about it, you have a writer, a penciler, an inker, a colorist, an editor, a chief editor, a publisher, and that's just the basics.
Wow.
So that's if nobody contributed to the artwork. That's if nobody did, and you also have a cover artist and a cover colorist. So a lot of times that's not the same as the interior, because they'll commission a higher caliber artist like Alex Ross to do a cover for a book for a lower caliber artist that's just kind of making his bones to help sell that book.
Is there a relation to Bob Ross?
No, I hope not.
Yeah.
If it is, Alex
Same
Ross
here.
draws the pretty little superheroes.
We're going to put a pretty little Supergirl right in the middle.
Of course.
Isn't that nice?
But this will put us into chapter
What
5
the-
of volume 5 called Grown Ups. And while we get into this, I'm going to take a look at the chat because I've been neglecting my duties as a host. And I apologize, chat.
Oh, yeah, I gotta look at mine
well,
as well. Since
Apparently
we're
nobody
two hosts
said
here.
anything in chat. Well, you're a bad host. Everybody's used to that on your show. I try to.
Got me in the chat.
Nobody said anything in our chat, so apparently I'm a bad host too. I can't say shit.
got the usual. Got Patty.
Tell them to come over to the Gospel of Comics and subscribe. Come on now. I'm trying to.
Yeah, go over there, guys.
I'm trying to get a custom link at 100 subscribers, y'all. I need like 7 more.
Yeah.
I need 7
All you
subscribers
people
for
on
my
the
custom link.
Church's subscription, come over to Deadman's Tome and redeem yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, be good people and follow a decent podcast.
Yeah, we go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights, and
we go live every Saturday
Thursday,
and Sunday.
Monsters.
So
we talk about. We just have a guest and we talk about who they are, what they do. It's pretty much the build up of the show. They're usually actually kind of, it's usually just like horror authors, but we try to branch out.
We talk about interesting things like comic books and how they relate to everyday life and cultural situations and things of that nature, as opposed to just winging it off of our guest,
And on Thursdays, we talk about real life murder.
Yes, that is a fantastic show. Everything
like
the Deadman puts
Yates. Andrea Yates. They talked about them.
Diane Down.
Let me just say, I might bullshit a little bit, but everything the Deadman does is pretty quality. Like his videos are topical, his streams are fantastic, and his real murder segments will send chills up your spine. So if you're not subscribed to him, you're fucking your life up. What the hell did you say, Becky? You're fired.
You can't fire me.
I can do whatever I like. It's my show.
You forgot to mention though, Church. Jesse's also got those cool sunglasses.
He does. They're baller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I get cheap sunglasses on here without getting copyright struck?
And
I gotta
Patty's
find you a
upset
dealer.
because you have on a shirt.
Who's Patty?
Okay, I didn't take off my shirt.
Oh.
All right, I'll take off my shirt.
Is Patty the one that just
right.
joined the chat? Anyway, we're in Chapter 5 of Volume 5. We gotta get this on the roll if we're gonna finish.
I'm gonna take off my shirt.
You actually have a target for this show?
Yes.
Yes. Believe it or not.
That's kind of weird. I'm not used to that.
We actually have a schedule and everything.
Oh man.
We have pre-show calls and everything.
We have 15 minutes. We have like a 15-minute pre. All right, ready to go? Okay, let's go. But comparing shows is like comparing streams and penis sizes. Like what are we doing?
Mine's
here?
the biggest.
Yes, but does an architectural penis really count?
I want to know who's judging this contest.
Absolutely, it does. I mean, if you're not going to volunteer, I'd keep quiet, Becky.
What happened to my shirt?
Arton.
It's gone.
Oh no! Wait, you got to share your screen with me so I can put that up on camera. I got to draw in some viewers here, man. Come on.
Later.
Now go get a tub of butter.
It's okay.
And
No.
Fuck
Fuck butter
on your nipples.
Fuck butter. It's Crisco. We use Crisco in the
Mr. Miyagi style, wax on, wax off.
No.
Oh my lord.
Only off.
No.
Only wax off.
I mean, everyone has a price, right? But I mean, what's your price?
$5 apparently for you.
You're talking like you have dignity, Jesse.
Jesse, I gotta tell you, Jesse, you'll pay more.
Everyone has a price. Don't put yourself. Everyone has a price. It's just what it is. Let's say they don't, but they do.
We get a little bit of a shot back to the past kids kind of dealing with Dodge as a as a demon infested shithead. They capture him, and then they pretty much just hold him. And he's the one that basically talked them into to opening the door and shit as well, which I think should be important to take into account. But the most fantastic piece of this issue, I think, is this full page spread here.
Oh yeah.
Not that one.
Not that.
The party scene was pretty cool, but that's kind of later on.
Is it? Is it pretty cool?
I still haven't seen any dragons.
I don't think there are any dragons in this particular issue, so you're safe.
No.
There is a lot of I guess I don't know if you would call it fan service, because they don't really do they're not really Japanese fan service, you know. But there's a lot of
callbacks.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I looking at? Oh, right. It went too far because it's terrible. Anyway, someone talk while I fix this.
Oh, I mean, my favorite part was of course when what's his name, the autistic kid, when he comes in, he's all like trying to be super. Oh man.
There we go. I got it up on screen. There's when they opened up Dodge's head to wipe him clean. And this is how we kind of get the origin of Dodge as the character that essentially took over Bodhi's body and manipulated all these people into allowing him to do so. See, he's got memory of all the keys, and he's got what will become the track coach locked up in a cage in his head, so he knows he's got her tied around his finger. He's got sick visions of murdering all of his friends while wearing the wing key. He's essentially got the Omega key plugged into everyone that he knows and is marching them into the door, which is strange. Let me point something out here. Check out the old guy with the pipe. Remember, he's only old once we get to the current age.
I'm looking.
Bottom left-hand corner.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, he's not old because the teacher guy.
He's not that old at this point in time.
He's got a vibrator on the back of his coat.
No, that's the Omega key that's plugged into everybody, you asshole.
Oh.
Yes.
It goes in the asshole?
Yes. Yes, it does, but it pokes out of your back after it goes up your asshole.
Hey.
And it also turns you gay.
Right.
Now, how come nobody's commenting on the unsanitary conditions of looking inside somebody's head like this? That's just ripe for infection.
You know, I think it's magic based, so nobody's really.
Joe Hill thought about that. I don't think Joe Hill thought about that, really.
I have a feeling he's not a trained doctor.
I also think that once you're possessed by a demon, you're not really worried about being vaccinated. So maybe that's where anti-vaxxers came from.
The last of your concerns?
Well, I think that's where anti-vaxxers came from. We should be worried that anti-vaxxers are infected by demons.
That could be a thing.
Well,
we should look into that.
See, the problem is if you try and hire an exorcist, if you hire too many and can't pay them and can't get your bill, they're going to repossess you.
Oh.
Your soul or...
You get repossessed, yeah.
I mean, I can think of worse fates. Not gonna lie, I can think of worse fates.
Honestly, and if you miss your demons, you just don't pay the bill, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's kind of lonely without them suddenly.
Take another shot. I'm taking a Southern Sweet Tea. I've never tried this before, but
All right.
I bet it's horrible.
I'm with you. Give me 1 second. Let me
What?
get these pages up. I'll bring the page
No,
of the.
Becky, this is a
Southern-
freebie because Southern Sweet
Southern
Tea.
sweet tea
Is
of
that
what?
Firefly?
No, it's literally just called Southern Sweet Tea. Southern style Southern Sweet Tea. So you know it's bad. It's
Oh,
one of those
okay.
like the 99-cent like plastic bottle like
Plastic
hot things.
bottles.
Like plastic bottle shots?
You mean girl shots? Girl shots?
girl shots. Oh, come on now.
Listen,
This
if you buy your booze in a plastic bottle, you just get what you deserve.
Correct. That is correct, SK. That is the smartest thing you've said all year.
Probably.
Oh, Christ.
Mark it
Jesse,
down.
before
Doesn't get any better.
we take our
Oh.
shots, I'm going to go ahead and give an intro to
I did.
the end of this issue. You took it already, you fuckhead? Ayrton,
He'll take another one.
Ayrton, go ahead and pour yourself another shot, man. You need one for the getting better process.
I mean, I just drank the last of my whiskey. I think I might have some rum, but I don't know if I want to mix the two of those.
I don't care
Might
what
as
you
well.
want. I'm going to need you to pour a
God.
shot and not be a bitch.
God
That was
damn it.
bad.
All right, hold on.
Wait a minute. It tasted like what?
It tasted like it kind of tastes like cough syrup, actually. Tastes like
Really?
cough syrup.
Okay,
Like, are we
what did
talking
you
Robitussin
say? 'Cause
or are
that's
we
not what you
talking
said.
Colescence cold and cough?
What did I say? I probably said something I can't repeat again on YouTube. It tasted like
Blah, 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 blah.
Wait, good
I'm
news,
not-
good news, everybody. I found some more whiskey.
All right.
I think Jesse
What
said it
kind of
tasted
whiskey?
like
Jameson.
Oh, nice.
All right.
tastes
one of
like
my
what,
favorite.
SK?
I think you said it tasted like midget spleen.
Well,
That's not what he said either.
That's
all right,
awfully specific.
Becky,
Excuse
we're
even my
done. We're done
vocabulary.
having this conversation, and we're talking about the end of issue 5. We're
That's
talking
right.
about how they deposited all of Dodge's memories in the well with Randall's
You keep
mother.
on talking about comic books like it's a real thing.
Like it's my show. That's what I do.
Gospel comics are great though. No. Comics
But
good.
eventually,
I like this.
eventually Ellie, the coach, pushes Randall's mom out of the well house, and that is the only way to kill an echo that is locked in the well house. You can leave the memory of someone in the well house, and when you call them up from the well, they'll come up. But if you push them out of the well house, they dissipate. You can't maintain an echo outside of it. So,
Which like the Echo had it in her mind that she could stop him, which is like, why didn't she just let her try to stop him? Why did she push her out?
because she was in love with Dodge. Ellie was in love with Dodge. This is a tragic
What would
love
happen?
story at its core.
Dodge would corrupt her, and she would become another demon too.
No. Ellie loved Dodge so much
Oh, that's right.
that
Sorry,
she
Ellie.
got rid of the echo of Randall's mother so that Dodge could inhabit the well house and free himself eventually.
So Ellie's the one doing the pushing in the right hand.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
In the
And
earlier in
right.
the earlier volume, she's a coach for the running team. And
so she's not a teenager. She's a grown up.
she's a grown up in the modern storyline, but in the past she was
Okay.
one of the kid's father's friends.
We're still in a flashback, SK.
Right.
Okay.
And like this
So
whole
what's on the front of the red dress that looks like a carrot?
that's
Oh,
just
that's part of her skin. Is
Yeah.
that part of her skin?
no, that's
It's a carrot.
that's
the design of the dress. Or
that's
is that
a
carrot?
that's
She
like
was
a
she was
that's
a
like
fan
a
of Bugs
medallion.
Bunny.
That's like a medallion
Oh,
that accentuates her
I
breast,
thought it was just like
basically.
the design of the dress. I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
just
what
a
the hell
medallion
was.
that accentuates her breast from the art. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but what are you gonna do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually like rabbits.
It's
I
a
don't
peep
understand what
hole.
carrot- A peephole.
Eh,
A peephole.
you know
Okay.
what,
We-
Becky, you're
your
fired.
boobs would get sticky if you. Your boobs would get sticky if you shoved peeps up in there.
Do you know this from experience? I mean,
Don't
I
worry
shove
about it.
stuff up my boobs all the time. And
Oh, you're saying that's an access port?
No, it's not a porthole. Stop it. All right.
Okay, guys, come on, DT crew, we got to keep it together. Hold it together, guys. Hold your debauchery. Come on.
Well, why
Come
don't you give us the intro to issue 6 then?
Like issue 6, the final volume. The final volume, the one that ends it all. Now this one is like
no, Jesse.
The issue 6 of volume 5.
Oh, man.
We have one more volume.
Oh, sorry. I was already on the last one. Okay. This one, wait, I don't know much about this one. No, I do. I had to remind myself.
Jesus.
Hey, tell Patty she gets a wrench.
Oh yeah, Patty's good. Patty's good.
Patty's a good and loyal fan. Absolutely.
Yes. I love Patty.
And for some reason, she likes Becky, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, tell Patty she has a wrench now. So I think she's back.
You got a
in the
wrench,
chat.
Patty? I don't know what the fuck that means, but you got a wrench.
Well, if you ever comment,
this one's insane.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, wait a second. There's one thing I didn't quite understand, and maybe you can help me out here. Okay, you thought Dodge was bad already. Dodge goes to a level that, well, he already targets kids, so it isn't no surprise. But for some reason, he targets his little girl. Who is that little girl?
What are you talking about?
When Dodge targets a little girl.
What? Oh, that's
what were you drinking? Jesus.
That's Randall's brother after using the gender swap key. The gay uncle.
Okay. That's the gay uncle as a kid?
Yeah.
What is that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're still in the flashback.
Yeah. Okay, so the gay uncle is a little girl. Okay, that's.
Yeah, remember there's the key that
they're all trying to get a hold of Randall or they're all trying to get a hold of Dodge and stop him.
Okay.
But Dodge's his memory has essentially gotten loose and gotten a hold of keys to reassemble himself, so to speak, and then he's left a key and a note with a fragment of himself in a jar in the Echo House in case something happens with Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pull that up here. Yeah. Here's what he's talking about with the little girl there. And that's Randall's little brother using the gender swap key to come see his mother, who probably accept him for being gay and wanting to be a little girl or whatever in that particular area. But he essentially murders
everybody.
Everybody except Ellie and Randall.
Hey, Church.
Yeah.
I have a question at some point. It doesn't
Go ahead.
have to be right now.
No, go ahead.
About the business side again, because we talked about that last week, right?
What do you mean?
Quite a bit. So you mentioned there's all these people involved with the production of a comic,
right?
And that makes total sense because it's there's a lot of different skill sets involved here.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, I'm an artist, but I'm not a comic artist.
Right.
So I would never want to do this artwork. I am really impressed with it, but I am a writer. So if I was to sit down one day and go, you know what, I think I'm gonna write a comic book. I mean, besides trying to talk me out of that, what would I expect to make as the writer of a comic?
Well, you would need to have a story.
Obviously.
as long as you have a story, you can essentially you just kind of go through and you script out your anywhere from 24 to 165 pages.
Okay.
You know, however many pages
Right.
you think you're going to need to make your story, but you script it out similar to what we looked at earlier in that other comic.
Right.
And
Well, I'm just assuming I have that. Let's say I sit down and I go through that effort and I write it all out, and I take it to somebody who decides they want to buy it. What could I expect? Obviously, as a first timer, I'm not going to get top dollar for something.
Unless you're a black midget transvestite who's also disabled.
I can do that.
Actually, no. Let me just put it like this. The last time a group of SJW comic creators tried to outsell a comic skater, they made what, $3,200 to Tug's $8,200 or $82,000. They made $32,000.
It wasn't Deadbeats, was it?
Yeah. Deadbeats got up to 32, and that umbrella guy got 82. So, some
3,200 versus
32,000 versus 82,000.
Yeah.
But 43 major comic creators and social justice warriors got together and made a comic book, and they
43?
43, and they made $32,000. One dude, one artist, and one colorist got together and made a comic book, and they made $82,000.
Yep.
Wow.
That's what I'm wondering, man. Maybe I need to get with our comic or cover guy, and we can come up with a comic book. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I gotta research some stuff how to even do it.
Obviously, you need at least 40 people to do a comic book, right?
You need 3. You need 3 people. You need a cover artist, you need a penciler or an inker, and you need a writer. And if your artist will do the cover, then you need 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Unless your artist won't ink his pencils or vice versa.
Wow.
But let's at least continue. Let's at least finish up this volume before Rackets goes on air. I mean, what have we got? We've got, 8 minutes before Rackets goes on air? So Dodge has used the gender swap key and gotten the shadow crown and key and gotten the chain key.
Oh, the shadow crown key is interesting how he gets that.
By murdering his friend?
I just like the dialogue. Yeah, by murdering his friend. What is this gay shit? He's like, I'm a woman. I identify as a woman. I feel as a woman. I am a woman.
Right. Well, Joe Hill would totally be ostracized for writing this now. We're going to have to do another episode now, right? Like, I wanted to try and power through both volumes, but we're going to have to do another episode. So, because I'm not going to bite on Racket Stream. That's just stupid. Also, shout out Nicky Rackets. Go watch his show at midnight, 11 Central.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
But that just shows the power of Locke and Key. Of what it has a lot of content to it. A lot of good stuff to talk about.
It does. You get Ellie. She has the owl key. She takes that with her. You have God. What's the black girl's name? I can't remember.
Me either.
You are asking us again for a name, really?
Well, I actually forgot this one. Like Tyler, I remember.
Lakeisha?
But shut up, Jesse.
Letitia, yeah.
Okay.
Is it really Letitia?
It's not.
Shut up.
Are you asking SK, who's never read the comic? Is that what's happening right now?
No. If it's Letitia, I'm gonna shit a brick.
It's
not Letitia.
It's not.
Well, guess what it is.
What is it?
Let's find out. It's Letitia. No.
Here's Here's another full-page spread from the end of the issue where they trap Dodge's female body under some rocks.
It's Aaron. It's Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. I should have known.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Voss.
Yes.
I'm going to have to shit a brick now. Okay.
That's poor naming of a character. That's not memorable.
Is it? Is it poor naming? I mean, I figured Jon
It's not
Snow would be
memorable.
poor naming.
Well, yeah. But Aaron Voss for a black chick? I mean, that doesn't even sound
Hey,
practical.
it's progressive.
Aaron
It
was
doesn't
not
sound
me?
black.
Hey, she might have used the skin key. She might not have been born black.
Well, see, that might be
Ooh.
racist too. To give a black character a non-black character name or non-black
Anyway,
name.
look
that
at
might
this
be
beautiful
racist.
art. Look at it. It's fantastic. Look at how good it is.
Back to the comic book.
While Dodge has Randall and Aaron
SK.
trapped by
We're
the
talking about the comic book on our comic book show.
yeah.
Really talking about derailing. That is
But-
fantastic.
We
It is.
we have
That is-
Dodge holding
that is
Randall with the shadow.
Beautiful art.
It is, isn't it?
I am
But-
so jealous of graphic
Gabriel-
artists like
of,
this.
of Rodriguez and his amazing art style. He penciled all of this. This isn't just graphic art. He scoped all this out.
Mhm.
And it.
Well,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
I meant the.
I mean,
style.
I'm at full chub. So I don't know about you guys, but I mean, this artwork.
Full
it
chub. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it just puts me at full
Becky,
chub.
what about you?
Yeah, Becky's at full chub too.
I love it.
I can see it from here. It's outside my window, and she's 3 states away. But
Yeah.
this kind of shows how Dodge initially died. Like this entire issue was essentially the end of the previous chapter of Locke Key, and then we wake up and we see everybody just kind of reminiscing and figuring out where their places are after seeing these events. So we see Dodge die under a pile of rocks after, Aaron releases the owl and causes the rocks to fall. We see Mackenzie crying next to a photo of her father with the head key right next to it. We see Bodhi with Dodge in his body with the Omega key. And then we see Tyler staring at his hat with the fishing lure with the hook on it, right on his hat. And that's kind of important.
Did anybody see that, like, in this panel before reading the next volume?
No, I did not.
I absolutely
No.
didn't.
Thank you, SK.
Thanks to the guy that never read the comic. We appreciate your input.
Unless you got some weird clairvoyant shit going on over there, I wouldn't assume you would.
Oh no, he definitely does.
Just wanted to make that clear.
He definitely does. But that's
Is that a Swiss Army lure?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it breaks open, and spoiler alert for volume 6, which Deadman, I'm gonna put it on you. When is good for you to finish up this book?
Well, as far as I know, I can do next weekend. Though, let me
you think
verify with work when I get the on-call calendar, and I will let you know.
You think
But
Friday
I
again?
think next weekend. As far as I know.
Do another dual stream on Friday, and we'll have you lead it
Ooh.
instead of me, so I can be drunk instead of you.
Mm-mm. We can't on Friday because
Oh.
we switched Thursday and Friday, and we have a live release party.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. We did.
What about
Real
what-
Monsters is on Friday next week.
What about
That's
two
right.
Friday? What about 2 Fridays from now?
2 Fridays from now?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
The only thing that'll mess it up
pencil
is
it
if
in.
I'm on call for work.
We'll pencil it in, and if you're on
Pencil
call,
it in.
we'll pencil it in for 2 Fridays from now. And if you're on call, then we'll do it with just Becky
That's right.
and SK. I'll make
If it's
SK
my
read
duties-
volume 6 Actually,
That's
two Fridays from now, I'll make SK read the whole fucking series in between now and then.
2 Fridays from now, I'll be like 2 panels in.
You're assuming I can read.
Oh no,
no,
I'm gonna
I'll
make
read
Becky
it to
read
you.
the whole volumes to you.
Oh, fuck me.
ASMR
Not all of
style.
them.
Why are you
ASMR
punishing
style.
Becky? What'd she do wrong?
Oh, that'd be nice.
I mean, she fires
It'd be
Ayrton without
easier
me.
just. But okay, then I'm firing him tonight too. Then.
Well,
After
you
he
fire him
stops
every
SK.
day. You fired him
You're
3 times
fired.
today.
He's fired.
4 times today.
I'm
No, you
fired.
fired him.
Everybody's
You're not
fired.
fired.
SK,
Look,
you're fired.
everyone
No.
is fired.
Oh,
You're
you're
fired,
hired,
Jesse.
Hired
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I did. I
No,
hired
I
him
can't
just so
fire
I
you
could fire him.
guys. I didn't pay you guys, so
I can't tell the difference between fired and hired in this conversation.
There
Everybody's
isn't
I
one.
hired
pay-
except for you, and you. Church just hired you.
I
Jesse
did.
Hey,
even
Becky.
fired us.
Hey, Becky, say poem.
Say
That's
weird-
what I thought.
A
say
poem.
weird poem. Say weird.
Weird
A weird-
poem.
A weird poem.
Poem.
Shut up.
Poem.
A weird
Weird poem.
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 I'd
Well,
like
I
to
don't
just,
know.
May I
Well-
simply point out
Yeah.
that until I came on Deadman's Tome, nobody made fun of the way Becky said poem.
Yep, that is
I make fun of
Becky's
the way she
probably
says
saying it the
anal.
wrong way.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I made fun of it the first time I heard it.
You did.
All right.
Damn it. I wanted to
I'm
be
so
first on that.
mistreated.
Yeah, you kind of like it though.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I
I'm
think it was nice. I think it was soft on it. I
I'm
think I
gonna-
just heard it. I was like, what?
You
I'm gonna-
did. You were like, what did you say?
Oh,
Fuck, we're running over again.
point. Oh,
Well-
we're running over. Fuck, we're stepping on Nick Ricada's toes.
well, it's
Oh
okay.
shit,
'Cause
we're gonna
I
get
got.
sued.
It's okay.
Shit,
I
he's
gotta.
gonna summon me. He's
I gotta
gonna,
do
like,
the,
summon me. No.
I gotta do the outro.
All right.
So I'll.
Deadman's Tome people, thank you so much for watching us and watching the Gospel of Comics. I hope you press like on both streams. Because
As
that'd be
do
great
I.
if you
And
did.
subscribe to Gospel
Share
Comics.
and subscribe. Your support makes
Oh.
this possible. If it wasn't for y'all, we'd just be talking to nobody. So thank you.
If it wasn't for you all, Jesse wouldn't be half naked.
That's right.
Well, you don't know how
Just
naked
add
the
that
church
half
is,
part.
so.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
completely naked.
I
But
can't
that's
stand up
usual.
right now.
That's the only way your contract stands.
That's true.
If I stand up, you get mad.
It's not only the contract that's standing.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play my outro music for my stream. Thank you everybody for
I'm
for
gonna
liking,
play my outro music for
subscribing.
my stream. Pissing
Then
match.
I'm going to
Here we
play
go.
my outro music for my stream.
That's
oh, wait,
what
I'm
she
not
said.
doing one.
But thank you everybody for,
Look, guys.
for liking, subscribing, and well, look, I can just mute you and hang up the call. So don't fuck with me on my outro. But thanks everybody for liking, subscribing, showing
Oh, that's
up,
right. Just go
participating
fucking
in the
with you.
chat. I thank all of you. Thank you to the Deadman Tomecast for showing up and going through this volume with us and making it a great
thanks,
show.
guys. It's always fun.
Thanks
This is
always
fun.
to Ayrton
This is
McCartney.
bizarre, dude. This is weird. I gotta be honest with you.
You had a fun time
I don't know if
on
any
a
other
stream?
streamers do it like this, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You take it.
Isn't
take
it
it easy,
great
guys.
that we don't
I mean,
end
it's-
up hating each
it's
other
like-
at the end of the show?
It's like, we had, like, it's like we've crammed 5 cooks into the same kitchen. It was like there.
And we all managed to get out alive.
And we're all
Anyway.
trying to baste a turkey.
Here's the outro song
I'm
with
not exactly sure how to take that.
Ayrton
You're not the
McCartney's
turkey,
guitar
Becky.
on here. So everybody just give a listen. It's only 2 minutes and a half.
All right.
I know I'm not the turkey, Jesse.
Wait, are you the turkey, Becky? What?
I'm the turkey.
No.
You're not the turkey, Becky. You're not the turkey.
Girls for Likes. You have 800,000 followers on Twitter, 1.4 million followers on YouTube. What is it that you're selling that so many people want to buy?
Buy my books. I don't think I'm selling anything. Selling anything. I don't think I'm selling anything. Selling anything. Selling anything. I don't think I'm selling anything. Selling anything.
So people are willing to pay a lot of money to see you speak. You know, what is it that you think that people are hungry for? They want to hear from you.
They're hungry for a discussion of the relationship between responsibility and meaning. Responsibility and meaning. Responsibility and meaning. The relationship between responsibility and meaning. We haven't had that discussion in our culture for 50 years. 50 years. We've concentrated on rights and privileges and freedom and impulsive pleasure. Those are all useful in their place, but they're shallow, and that's not good. Because they're shallow. People are moored shallowly, then storms wreck them, and storms come along. So I'm talking to people about how they can build a foundation underneath them that works. Storms come along, so read more. They haven't enjoyed my work. Read more. Read more. Read more. I don't think I'm selling anything.